Okay, welcome in. Brian Edwards, MajorWager.com, talking NFL win totals with you. Obviously, these are numbers that certainly can change. I mean, we're still several weeks out from the draft. Obviously, we could have trades, and certainly some personnel can change for these teams. For some, like the one we'll start with, Arizona Cardinals, we're not even sure who's going to be playing quarterback for them. Will Josh Rosen get traded? Will they make a move for Kyler Murray early in the draft? Only time will tell. So I point that out to tell you that I really don't have I may have some opinions as we go over them, but until the roster is set, it's kind of hard to handicap these, but they're available and you can bet them now. And look, some of these, like I talked about on the college football games of the year video, some of these numbers can certainly change. And if they do, maybe you can get the better number now. And so I can see where some would be interested in playing them. I'm not that interested in playing them right now, but there aren't many NFL, bets available at the moment, but these are very popular in the summer or post draft. So we will inform you on what we got here. All right. I'm going by sportsbook.ag's numbers. The Arizona Cardinals season win total is 5.5. It's shaded to the under at a minus 145 price, risk 145 to win 100. And if you like the over, you can get a plus 115 return, risk 100 to win 115. For those of you gamblers that don't do a lot of win total betting, I'll outline a little bit of strategy that I've always used. I don't play an over or under unless I have a 1.5 game cushion. In other words, and I'm big if here because I'm not bullish on the Cardinals next year, but I'm just using them as an example since we gave their number. I would not bet over 5.5 at a plus 115 price unless I was confident they were going to win at least 7 games. So that's what I'm talking about with a 1.5 game cushion. You're confident they're going to win a certain number of games, and that amount is a 1.5 game difference from what the number is. So if I liked, and then they throw in the prices. Now that can kind of sway it. Like if you're going to, first off, I'm not a chalk eater. I don't like risking really anything north of minus 130. So for me to play an under 5.5 at a minus 145 price, I would maybe say that would make it a 2 game cushion I would need rather than a 1.5 game. Because we're going to 40. Well, maybe most. I'm kind of just thinking of if the line were a minus 110 either way or minus 115 either way, I would want a 1.5 game cushion. But to go from 115 to 145, a 30-cent change. I would probably need a 2 game cushion to play that. I hope that makes sense. All right. The Falcons, my Dirty Birds, critical season for Dan Quinn. Obviously the 3rd year since that debacle in Houston that I was there for, unfortunately. My first and only Super Bowl, because I've always said I don't go to the Super Bowl unless my Falcons are playing. It's only been twice. So that probably falls on deaf ears. Anyway, Atlanta's win total 9, under minus 130, even money for the over. And I am a Falcon. So you have that full disclosure. I do lean over there. Ravens, 8.5, under minus 140, over plus 110 as the Lamar Jackson era. Well, it'll be the first season that he's the starter from the get-go, as opposed to taking over midway last year when Flacco's shoulder was hurt. All right, the Buffalo Bills, 6 is their win total, shaded to the over, minus 135. The under is plus 105. How in the hell does that team that had not been to the playoffs since the what do they call it? The Nashville Miracle? No, wasn't it Wycheck that threw it across the field in 99? They had not been to the playoffs in like 18 years. They got to the playoffs 2 years ago. Should have beat the Jags. Bortles was so awful that game. And then they go to the playoffs the first time in essentially 2 decades. And then they go into the next season in week 1, and your starter is Nathan Peterman. What are they doing? How does that happen? Oh, I hope my guy Caden Smith does not get drafted by these clowns. And I saw Caden's sister yesterday for the Final Four games, and she said Buffalo's very interested. Yikes! Okay, Carolina. Will Cam be healthy for week 1? We don't know. So, I mean, how can anybody even play this right now? 8 under -130, even money for the over. Bears, 9.5. I'm bullish on these Bears this year, though. I really am. Mitchell Trubisky made some great strides last year and made an beyond outstanding throw to put them in field goal range to win that playoff game before the double doink. And they've cut that kicker, by the way. Okay, Bears 9.5. Under is -125. Over is -105. And as like I was talking about my approach initially, if you're getting plus money, maybe you only need a 1-game cushion. But this is -105. If you're getting like a plus 130 or somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe you would only need a 1-game cushion in regards to my approach toward these win totals. All right, the Bungles, first year without Marvin Lewis and Ages. How long was he there? 17 years maybe? 7 playoffs, 0-7. So when was the last time the Bengals won a playoff game? At least 20 years ago? Sam Weishera maybe? I don't know. Bengals 6.5, under -130. Over is even money. All right, I'm going to go through these a little quicker. How about the Browns? I'm bullish on the Browns, but not necessarily the -145 price for a win total of 9. Over is -145. Under is +115. The Cowgirls, 8.5. Over is -135. Under is +105. If they give Dak like a big contract, they're stupid. Says me. I think that. And I love Dak, but I don't think you open up the wallet for him, at least not big time, Jerry. But Jerry, we know you're going to do Jerry, so do Jerry. All right, Broncos, Flacco, 7.5 the win total, under -160, over +130. Detroit, and best wishes to Kelly Stafford, Matthew's wife, as she revealed on social media a couple days ago that she's got to have brain surgery, man. And you know what? I mean, that's something to keep in mind. I'm not trying to make light of that, obviously, but their quarterback, their franchise QB, might have other things on his mind next year, and understandably so. Their total is 7, and it's -115 either way. Green Bay Packers, 9.5. If you did not read the Bleacher Report piece about Aaron Rodgers and McCarthy the other day, go read it. You'll like it. It was very, very well done, and I forget the writer's name, but he did a hell of a job on that piece. 9.5. Under is -130 for Green Bay. The over is even money. The Texans, 8.5. Over -130. The under is even money. The Colts, 9.5. -120 for the over, -110 for the under. The Jags, the post-Bortles era. My goodness, did that thing last too long? Or not too long for me, too long for my cousin Brent. Win total of 8, -115. Either way, KC, 10.5 is the win total. The under is -125. The over is -105. The Chargers, what a season they had last year. Phillip Rivers, I still say he's got a couple good years left, at least one. Win total of 9.5, over -150. Under is +120. My gosh, they've got some outstanding young talent on that defense. The Rams is 10.5 flat, which means -115. Either way, the Dolphins, 5. Okay, that's the lowest we've seen so far. We had 5.5 for Arizona. Dolphins, 5, under -130. The over is even money. The Vikings, 9.5. The under is -140. The over is +110. The Pats, okay, this is the highest we've seen. Duh. No shocker there. 11.5. The under is -160. The over is +130. Interesting. The Saints, 10.5. Flat, -115. Either way. The G-Men bringing Eli back. Odell is gone, and their win total is 6. The under is -150. The over is +120. The Jets, 6.5, shaded heavily to the over. Minus 185, under plus 150. The Raiders, 6.5. Under minus 135, over plus 105. This time next year, we'll be calling them the Las Vegas Raiders. Philadelphia Eagles, 9.5 shaded to the over at a minus 130 price. For the under, it is even money. The Steelers, 8.5, minus 140 is the price on the over, plus 110 for under 8.5 on Mike Tomlin's squad. The Niners, Jimmy G will be back after that early season-ending injury in 2018. The total is 8 flat, minus 115 either way. The Seahawks, 8.5 flat, minus 115 either way. The Bucks, 6.5, under minus 120, over minus 110. Good hire of Bruce Arians. Arians sticking with Jabu, a.k.a. Jameis Winston. Hey, I'm a Falcons fan. They're in my division. Keep Jabu around. I want to keep beating up on his butt. Titans, 8.5, minus 130 for the under. Even money on the over. And the Washington Redskins rounds it out at 6 of a win total 6, minus 120 to the under, minus 110 to the over. I'm Brian Edwards of MajorWager.com. Thanks for joining us.